Once upon a time in a lush green jungle, there lived a happy chameleon named Camo. Now, Camo was a very colorful chameleon. He could turn green to blend in with the trees, or yellow to match the bananas he loved to eat. But what made Camo the happiest was music. Oh, how he loved to dance and sing along to the sparkly pop songs of a famous singer named Taylor Sings. Every night, while gazing at the moon, Camo would hum her tunes and change colors to the beat. He'd spin round and round, his scales flashing pink, blue, and purple. And even though no one could see him from the busy road nearby, Camo didn't mind. He loved singing so much that one day he decided to buy Taylor Sings' new album, Jungle Beats. He saved up his banana money and went to the nearest shop to buy it. But when he got there, the only thing they had was this shiny red envelope. "What's this?" asked Camo, tilting his head. The shopkeeper smiled. "Open it," she said with a wink. Curious, Camo licked the edge of the envelope and tore it open. Inside he found a golden ticket with glitter glued all over it. At the bottom it read, "Front row seat to Taylor Sings' surprise concert. Come alone and arrive before sunset." Could this be real? Was Taylor Sings really having a secret concert in the jungle? Camo couldn't believe his eyes. He quickly put on his favorite hat, grabbed his glow stick, and set off towards the concert venue, which turned out to be an old, abandoned theater. As he walked, he kept practicing his coolest dance moves in front of the big mirror backstage. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, Camo arrived at the theater. Taking a deep breath, he walked inside and gasped. The place was huge. The ceiling had fallen, revealing the twinkling stars. Vines and flowers had taken over the seats. And on the stage, an entire jungle had sprung up. There were tall trees, sparkling waterfalls, and even a few monkeys hanging from the branches. But as Camo approached the stage, he realized he had forgotten his glow stick back home. Without it, how could he show Taylor Sings how much he loved her music? Feeling upset, he hid behind a bush, watching as other excited fans entered the theater and took their seats. Just then, a small brown bunny hopped by. "Hey," she said, noticing Camo. "Are you lost?" Startled, Camo jumped onto a nearby log. "I'm not lost," he said, looking down at his feet. "I'm waiting for the concert to start, but I think I forgot my glow stick at home. And without it, I don't want to go in." The bunny tilted her head. "But why? You can still see the show." "I always take my glow stick to Taylor's concerts, but I guess I forgot it this time. Oh, I feel so silly." The bunny hopped closer. "Well, if you don't want to go alone, you can come with me." Camo looked up, surprised. "You would do that for me?" "Of course," the bunny said, smiling. "Let's go." She took Camo's hand and led him through the rows of seats until they reached the front row, where a clearing had been made for him. Just then, the lights began to dim, and the crowd cheered. Suddenly, a spotlight shone on the stage. And there she was, Taylor Sings, waving to the audience. She was even more beautiful in person. Her sparkly blue dress matched her bright blue hair, which was tied up with a big yellow bow. And as she opened her mouth to sing, Camo noticed that her tongue was a bright pink. It was almost the same color as his favorite hat. She sang song after song, each one more magical than the last. Between each song, she would stop to chat with the crowd, making funny faces and even telling jokes. And as she sang, Camo couldn't help but dance along, twirling and spinning in his seat. But just when he thought the show couldn't get any better, Taylor Sings stopped singing. She walked over to the edge of the stage and looked out at the audience. Then, to everyone's surprise, she pointed to Camo. "I see you, Camo," she called out, and the whole crowd gasped. "You're wearing my favorite hat." Camo blushed, hiding behind his paws. He had known she'd never notice him, but somehow she had spotted him. Then, as the crowd cheered, Taylor Sings waved her magic wand, and suddenly the stage exploded with fireworks. Confetti rained down from the ceiling, and as the music started playing again, she beckoned for Camo to come closer. Hesitantly, he got up and walked toward the stage, his heart pounding in his chest. As he stepped onto the stage, the music changed, becoming slower and softer. And Taylor Sings offered him her hand. "Would you like to dance with me?" she asked. Overjoyed, Camo took her hand and they began to waltz around the stage, twirling and dipping. The other fans clapped along, and for a moment it was just Camo, Taylor Sings, and the music. When the song ended, Taylor Sings stepped back. "Thank you for dancing with me," she said, smiling. Then she winked at the crowd. "This one's for you, Camo." As the music started playing again, this time it was one of Camo's favorites, Jungle Boogie. And with a final wave, Taylor Sings disappeared behind the curtain. The crowd roared with applause, but Camo could barely hear them. All he could see was the sparkly dress disappearing into the darkness. He wanted to chase after her, but where could he find her? Then suddenly a voice broke through the noise. "Camo, over here." He turned around and saw the bunny waving at him from the stage. She hopped down the steps and ran over to him. "Come on," she said, taking his hand. "She wants to meet you." Relieved, Camo followed her onto the stage. There, to his surprise, Taylor Sings was waiting for him. I can't believe this," he stammered, looking from Taylor to the bunny and back again. "Thank you for bringing him here," Taylor Sings said to the bunny. "It means a lot." Then she turned back to Camo. "So, you're the biggest fan?" she asked, raising an eyebrow. Camo blushed. "Well, I try," he said, looking down at his feet. "But you have so many fans, it's hard to stand out." "Oh, you don't have to do anything special to be my biggest fan," Taylor Sings said, smiling. "All you have to do is love my music." Suddenly, she leaned closer and whispered, "And maybe wear my favorite hat." Camo looked down at his hat and smiled. Then just as suddenly, she stepped back. "I'm glad I got to meet you, Camo," she said. "Now why don't you go enjoy the rest of the show with your friend?" Camo nodded, feeling shy all of a sudden. "Okay, but will you promise to dance to my song?" Taylor Sings asked. Camo looked into her eyes. "I promise." And with that, Taylor Sings waved goodbye. Camo watched as she walked back behind the curtain. Then he turned to the bunny, who was grinning from ear to ear. "That was amazing," he said, his voice still shaky. "You were right. She's even nicer than she seems on TV." The bunny nodded. "I know, right? She always takes time to meet her fans. It's one of the reasons I love her music." Together they watched as the show continued, dancing and singing along to every song. And when it was over, Camo knew he'd never forget this night. As he walked home under a blanket of stars, he thought about music, magic, and unexpected surprises. He had a brand new album to listen to, and a story to tell all his friends. What an amazing night.